Grand Rising, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is I, Ptah Shakur, your local spiritual leader, truth bringer, entrepreneur here coming to you live from the WRC TV studios. This particular program is being broadcast via Facebook. Well, first of all, to the WRTC TV followers and regions and areas here in York, Pennsylvania, as well as it's streaming also over Facebook. You'll pay attention to that as well. Later on tonight, will be put on the Ptah Shakur YouTube channel. Clap it up to 60 subscribers. Thank you all. You all are greatly appreciated. I begin with a little affirmation that I say daily. I know my place in truth. I know what I am in truth. I know how I serve in truth. I am free. I am free. I am free. I am in the upper room. God is, God is, God is. I, Ptah Shakur, pledge to always look for the best in each and every circumstance and each and every one, especially starting with myself. I come from love, I am love, and I choose to look at the world through the lens of love. I commit myself to choosing the upper room, towards vibrating at the highest level possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am free, I am free, I am free. Behold, I make all things new. Welcome, everybody, to this wonderful Ptah Shakur Speaks program. This is Monday, August 28th, I believe. We got a lot of things going on. This is an hour-long program. This is a live call-in show, so if you do feel the wherewithal to call in, that's fine. This is really a more of a instructional type of setting that's going on right now. You also may know me. I'm the interim host there for the Hour of Power, which is also going to be coming up on this very same channel on Wednesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. However, this particular program, I'm going to a little brief, kind of give you a little bit brief understanding here. We're going to do a little bit of intro, share about my path and my purpose. This is the second program that we put out, and like I said, this is a work in progress. You see, I got my laptop here, made it to like a little workspace. My vision is to make it more of a newscaster type of vibe. We're also going to have different individuals that's going to be speaking and doing interview portions in person as well as online. This particular content is made to inspire, is made to enlighten, is always is going to be dwelling on love and light, something that we all need more in this particular time. We're living in an amazing time. If you can see the scroll on the bottom of the screen there, it does say Cosmic Energy Update. So I'll be going to a little bit of that, as well as just kind of setting the tone as far as what this show is about, its mission, and everything of that nature. So if you want to chime in, have any questions, anything you want to add on, anything that I can probably put any type of clarity to, I'm going to do a little brief introduction. This whole beginning may sound a little bit arrogant. I don't want to come with that particular energy, but I want to kind of share with everybody the path and purpose and the paths that I have gone into to acquire this particular knowledge that I'm going to be sharing. Warning! Here's the disclaimer. I don't have my little sound effects with me right now. The information you hear, it may be blasphemous, might sound blasphemous, may excite you, may entertain you, may trigger you. However, with all of this wonderful discourse and conversation back and forth, I'm confident we all could come to a place of understanding in this wonderful, truly amazing time that we're living in. If you don't know, this is the time that was written about in all of the scriptures that was speaking about this particular time, this Christ-like consciousness, Christ consciousness, not like a Christ consciousness that is prevalent and making its appearance through our daily interactions, all through all the sciences. It is reverberating through every single planet and organism in this particular solar system. So this particular program and I have made to be a bridge to explain some of these type of details, terminologies, and things of that nature for those that want to kind of learn about themselves and what's going on in this, all for the purpose of bettering yourself. So this is the main purpose of this program. I, Ptah Shakur, am a role model. I am previously a youth education director, which I love that job dearly, and am a youth advocate. So some of the information, like I said, I'm sharing is peer-reviewed science, as well as spiritual knowledge that I've gained over the years. And like I said, I have instructed quite a few youth over the last couple years or so, even going back from my time in other places as well. So just to kind of tell you a little bit about me and the type of curriculum and teaching. My wife and I do plan on opening up a holistic center very, very shortly. So keep an eye on that. York City, we are on the rise. So I am a role model. I'm a catalyst for change, a Reiki teacher, entrepreneur, spiritual teacher, channel and guide. I am a rebel, here to uninstall cowardice. I, Ptah Shakur, seek to shed light on the daily atrocities that what is being orchestrated by the elite who would seek control from you and I. I am only interested in promoting love, light, education, motivation, inspiration for all those seeking to understand the current cosmic energies which we are now experiencing. I'm a dangerous man to those elites and for all those who are willfully want to participate in their own energetic enslavement. To my listeners, all my Facebook, many Facebook and YouTube subscribers, just a reminder, you all are eternal beings, with eternity being a fraction of who was that? Sorry, I'm here screaming outside. So like I said, you are eternal beings. You are interdimensional beings. When you lay down and go to sleep at night, your soul is something that does not die. We are a spiritual being living out a physical expression instead of the other way around. We're not physical beings living in a spiritual. So the understanding that is that you human beings, if you're listening to the sound of my voice right now, you are immensely powerful and beautiful. There are individuals that are working tirelessly and have worked tirelessly on the generations before you to make sure that you are in a position where you do not experience your own cosmic magic, which we are living in that time right now. To all the youth, all my hooded youth in the community, they call me Unc. I love every single last one of you all. I believe those, if you're over the age of 40, you got a gift to give to someone that's younger than you. They're looking for it. The youth that are walking the face of the earth right now, they're some of the most powerful, enlightened souls that have ever touched ground. However, what they need at this particular time is guidance. They understand that power that resides in them. You're not going to curb that power. We want that power to come out in a positive way. If we want that power to come out in a positive way, we should do our very best to make sure that we're guiding them with the knowledge and wisdom, understanding that we have. Whatever fraction of it that we have, we need to be sharing it. It's a poem that I like by Bilal. It says, if you do know, you should teach. Through every loophole, we gonna leap until we reach the promised land. So to all my star seeds, all my wanderers, all my angelic souls, I'm asking for everybody to unite in love. Unite in love for yourself. Find that unconditional love. Unconditional love can only exist coming from yourself. Find that unconditional love within yourself. Then I'm asking you to take a little bit, just a small portion of that, and apply that to your reflections that are walking around in physical flesh that is masquerading as your fellow humans on this plane that we're living on right now. Everybody is a part of you. We're going to that. And one of the laws and principles of creation talks about the law of divine oneness. If I have time, I actually go into that a little bit more. However, I would never kill myself. I would never hurt myself. I'm a happily married man. I'm happily married to my community. And the love and vibration that I have, I would never do anything to hurt myself or anyone. This is some knowledge and truths is going to be dropped on this particular show. So I want to make sure that that is clearly understood. I invite you all in the listening, viewing area, share this information with those that you love. This time is revving up really, really, really severely. So this is the great and dreadful day of the Lord. So it's great if you know what's taking place, and it's dreadful if you don't. So this right here is an opportunity to get some information out to those that may want to hear it. Some of this information fall on deaf ears. I've already had situations already. I've heard it. I know you're out there listening. I've heard situations where individuals are listening to this particular program and their significant other will come in and say, man, if you don't turn that foolishness off, what is that? Blasphemous man is saying these laws and principles of creation that actually precedes our experience here in the hills of North America. Information that derived from the ancient ancestors of ours, the kings and queens, when this planet used to operate in a form of harmonious frequency. The knowledge that was actually hidden because of the current, past and current mission to take as much truth and shelve it, put it in a box and stick it underneath for the Vatican. Oh, let me not go too far. But it's been so many information, so many opportunities where people, where the elites have removed all traces of our excellence. I'm telling you all are excellent if you can hear the sound of my voice. And this is a freedom time and we're getting back into it. So, like I said, there's a little detailed information about this particular program, what I'm going to be actually going into. Education, like I said, we're going to be going into nutrition. This is new information, everybody. And if this frequency hits you and it inspires you to move into a whole new dimension in your life, then let me be the beacon. Let me be the person to help facilitate and help you on your way. I'm a beacon for all those that want to stand out and actually be your authentic self. Because understand that the opposite of success is not failure. The opposite of success is conformity. So whenever you conform and you try to change and alter who it is that you are to serve another purpose, you'll find yourself operating outside of yourself. And it's a myriad of things that could take place when you do that. So, banged out the intro, banged out the disclaimer. A little bit about the purpose of this show, like I've already shared. It's called in show. If you'd like to go ahead and add something to what's being expressed, any questions, queries, comments of that nature, please feel free. This vibration that is being sent out through the city, it's not stopping there. This is something that will be taken on the road. If anyone who's listening that's outside this viewing ship area that would like my assistance in speaking to individuals in your particular area, send a car, send a plane, send a helicopter, send a submarine, send whatever you need to send. However, take a little trippy trip down memory lane while we're taking this, and then take a look at the humble settings here. Like I said on the previous episode, what you can expect to see in the back. And this show is going to evolve and grow as we all are intended to evolve and grow. If you find yourself, let me get into this before I get into that. If you find yourself at a key junction in your life and you don't know whether to turn left and right, I feel you. This is what's taking place with every single person. We all have to make a decision. And if you notice on the bottom of the scroll, it says the cosmic shift is taking place. What am I talking about? We're going to talk about energy a little bit, y'all. Energy. Even if you take something in the form of the common model of how we think atoms are, is that, let's say if you put a block of ice on a stove and you turn up the heat, you understand that the atoms of the ice is in some type of state where they're moving very, very slow. However, you apply heat to it, what it does is the atoms vibrate, start moving around a little faster, and that's what's called, transposes that energy to something entirely new, which is water. Amazing. Then you can take that same water, you put a little bit more vibration to it, bring a little bit more energy to it in the form of flame or fire or whatever. Then you find that water actually, that's atoms space out a little bit more, and that's what we call gas. So when I speak about in the form of energy, even in the form of microwave energy, is unperceptible to our senses. The sense of smell, sense of sight, taste, touch. Can't tell that when you're inside of a microwave, God forbid. No disclaimer, please do not get into any microwaves or get close to any microwaves. If you really understand what's going on inside of that microwave, back up off of that. So anyways, this energy that is pervading through our planet right now, this is something that was written and foretold for years and years ago, and here we are. And if you would go back to what I put out back in January, there on YouTube, go to YouTube, Ptah Shakur. I think I'm doing it the right way. Go on YouTube there. You can see, go to the video that I placed in January, which I shared about, prognosticated quite a few things that will be taking place. And lo and behold, they are taking place. One of those, most importantly, is the earth is waking up, folks. I heard some information years ago, and this is how I vet my information. I don't really run and go share different things just because it hits my earlobes. I got to do my due diligence and research and wait till the proper time, and this is the time. And what it was basically sharing is that it was the conversation it shares that the earth is going to slow down in its rotation. I need y'all to listen to this. The earth is going to slow in its rotation to the point where it's going to stop for 3 days. I said, what? How? When? That'll be that'll be a really noticeable thing that takes place if the Earth would stop spinning for 3 days. I think that's what everybody would be talking about. Not to mention unbelievable, catastrophic destruction and things of that nature. So didn't share that bit of information. Didn't resonate with me at that time. However, then I came in and knowledge with these are peer-reviewed science. That's why I got my little laptop over here, y'all. I'm pulling this straight, and I'll give you all that want to be listening. Please grab a pen and paper, back of an envelope or something. Write these things down so you can go check it for yourself. This is really, really high-level information, high-level conversation that's about to get dropped right now. So that was my particular thought, but upon further review and further scientific discoveries, have found that the center core, and you can Google this. I prefer DuckDuckGo. So if you have anybody from DuckDuckGo.com, you need a sponsor, Ptah Shakur got your back. Always use DuckDuckGo on all my personal devices. And what DuckDuckGo allows you is you won't be followed and won't have to worry about going on Facebook and seeing what it is that you entered into your search engine and seeing that pop up all over the place. So DuckDuckGo, if you go to DuckDuckGo and check it out, what you'll find in this particular article is that the center core of the Earth is slowing in this revolution. And like I said, this information I'm about to go into is only for the select few that actually want to better themselves and understand the true precision and mathematic of the plan that we're actually involved in. So if this is interesting, please make sure you place a comment on there, share with individual like, because we're just starting, y'all. This is 101. I'm trying to go deep, but I need some feedback to see how far we can take this. So as the center core of the Earth slows in its rotation, mathematically, scientifically, what it does is it affects the movement of millions and millions of metric tons of liquid metals inside of the central core of this particular planet. And what does that do? That actually affects the electromagnetic field that goes over our planet. And I apologize. Got my instructor hat on, but I gotta break this down. You gotta understand the details of this, and then I'll explain the magicalness of what this means in your day-to-day life. So, as this magnetic field that actually protects this wonderful blue ball of a planet from all the harshness of space, and it's not pretty out there. Radioactive photons coming from the sun, and the sun is actually increasing as well. For all your people that's saying about the global warming and climate, study the different planets in the solar system, including the sun. So, anywho, so as that electromagnetic field switches, this is what we have. They talk about it all the time. Talk about the new ice age, the switching of the poles. That's what's taking place. You're experiencing it. You're living it. You're living in the book right now. So I have tremendous respect for anybody who's breathing right now, regardless of what your beliefs are, whether you agree with me or what you don't. Just to be alive and be carnate on this particular time, I know you got a part to play. This is a fun time. So that's going to throw off the weather. And so I correctly prognosticated that. As far as the ice storms affecting the Midwest of this country, you'll experience more of that. As far as for, first of all, let me just do this again. Prayers go out to Hawaii, Maui, that particular situation. We'll be going into that. Catastrophic losses. But like I said, this earth is waking up. So you're going to experience more things. Unfortunately, more and more hurricanes, earthquakes. All of this is done because it is time for it to be done. This is a natural progression. As far as the information that's been shared with us in the school districts and everything, it's extremely limited when it deals about the annals of history. This current understanding of scientists, their understanding of history is not appropriate. There are certain cycles in time. Then this is including the completion and the beginning of a new cycle that predates this man's understanding of time. And so there's no type of way that he can quantify or even understand what's going on for something that precedes him. So this is the time that we're living in. The earth is actually going through these tremendous changes. Certain bodies of land is going to be going under, subducting. Some is going to be coming up. This is a revitalized process. So what does all that mean to you and I? There are certain people, believe it or not, and there's a lot of preparation behind the scenes, y'all. We're being distracted by a lot of things over here, but there's a lot of furniture moving in the back of this stage. There's individuals that want to capitalize on your response to these naturally occurring events, which are going to be occurring more and more, and to insert fear into your life in order for you to make certain decisions or choices that you would not normally make, given the absence of that fear into your equation. What am I talking about deliberately? I'm just gonna get right to it. It's called the problem reaction solution. It's a thing that the elites have been doing for quite a bit. Whereas they introduce a particular problem to a set of people, and then once the problem is able to the responses of the individual is clearly notated, then a solution is brought in at a cost of liberties, cost of money, cost of whatever, cost of your soul, your energy, shall I say, at the cost to your energy. And that is really what got me on my high horse right now. As I see that these individuals, these bad actors are taking the next level, individuals like myself is taking the next level. So you're going to see more and more of myself and more of this idea in the mission in my attempt to get individuals to be cognizant of what's going on. What's going on, like I said, is a natural shift of energy. There's a cosmic shift coming on. This happens every 26,000 years, I believe, as some say. So what do you need to do? So this is also where I come into play, because like I was reading my particular intro, I'm a Reiki practitioner, energy practitioner. What is that? I believe I'll say maybe once every other day I have individuals that ask me about meditation and what is Reiki. So basically just a real brief idea, then I get into the meat of what I wanted to share. You can call in if you like. This is really about kind of setting the tone to share with you. I've actually have answers to questions that most people haven't even came to the point of even asking at this particular time. So I really want to take this slow, methodical. We do have some time. However, this is really important to give an ear to what's being shared. If you want a question or have any comments, please see me, call, things of that nature. So, just briefly, like I was saying about my little intro that I saw. I said I'm a Reiki practitioner, spiritual teacher, channel, and God. What does that mean? Reiki practitioners, what they do. So when you hear that word, it's spelled R-E-I-K-E. It was developed in Japan by an individual, I believe his name is Usui, U-S-U-I. That's how you spell it. Usui. And this gentleman wanted to find a way where he can actually apply this type of energetical healing. And for those who do not know, you are comprised of energy. If you take all of the atoms that's in your body, and you will compress them and remove all the spaces of you, you could fit every single last portion of yourself on the tip of a pencil. That's the nature of how atoms are. Atoms are 99% space. That means you're 99% space. So that means that, yeah, you're not as physical as you thought. And even the physical world that you think is physical world is not as physical as you think. So what I'm sharing with you, what are you? The one who's sitting there and listening to me right now, it's very good that we lay this foundation before we go any further. We got to understand, who are we? We didn't come with a instructional manual. We came with some books and scriptures and scrolls. We know that sometimes is kind of faulty. We're just dealing with the translation of time and things of that nature. So to find out who you are, you really got to go inside yourself and just go into the void that is in you, because you really can't take on any other type of outside energy to kind of explain you. Who are you? You are light frequency. Scientists now have a sophisticated measuring device that can measure individual photons of light. This machinery is so sophisticatedly sound. And like I said, I'm coming from the spirit. I'm coming from the spiritual angle. I got the spiritual. I got everything you need when it comes to the scientific realm and for understanding quantum theory and physics and chemistry of the body. This is also an interest of mine. I get into my little story in a moment. I'm getting to some real good stuff. Nobody wants to hear about me. So scientists have this sensitive equipment, and it's so sensitive that they actually took a little small canoe boat in a cavernous lake inside of the foot of a mountain. So imagine it's inside of a mountain. It caverned out, let magma go out. I got something else I want to share with you anyways. So it leaves a certain cavity or void within the foot of this mountain, and it accumulated with water. So they was in there nice. They do science experiments in there. So they had this particular sensitive equipment, and they actually picked up photons coming from the sun, actually through the entire Earth, through the foot of this mountain, and actually landed in their little instrument device there. So what they did, they took individuals, they put them in a room, such as a room like this, turn off all the lights, and what they surprised and what they detected was that the human face actually emits a frequency of light. We're not plugged into any electrical outlets, y'all. What is producing this particular light frequency? And I'll go a little bit further. There have been individuals that are able to communicate with beings that are not just around you. And for y'all who don't know what I'm talking about, yeah, I'm going to say it, which is also something that I said back in January. Keep your eyes on the sky. You're going to see a lot of UAPs and all of that different type stuff. So we'll get into that conversation at a later time. But what we're referred to by these others that exist, they consider us to be emotional mammals. They consider that the electrical storm that takes place inside of our skulls on a daily occurrence. And they have scientists that actually put EKG machines and things of that nature, put it on your head, and just see your brain is just a storm of electricity of neurons going back and forth, which, interestingly enough, none of the neurons in your brain touch one another. We'll get into that and the meaning of that at another particular episode. So you got these neurons, you got this huge, while you're playing your Call of Duty video game with your friends, and you communicate with them back and forth, and you're playing your Call of Duty, and you're doing your homework at the same time, and you're watching Jerry Springer. Just understand about how much information is passing through your eyes and your optical senses, and how much your brain output, and how much energy that you actually produce. We're considered to most to be emotional mammals, meaning that the energy that radiates off of us makes us dangerous. To the point is, for anybody who ever seen the Matrix movie, now pay attention to the movies. We had a segment a couple weeks ago. We talking about the Tyrone movie. Pay attention to the movies that they drop. So anyways, there's a movie called The Matrix, and that's the same idea that they wanted to use. They wanted to capsulize people, put them in a particular area, and utilize the energy that is being wasted. I say wasted. There's energy that's being produced by us in our daily occurrence that's not being utilized to its fullest. This actually was known because mankind actually took a fall in his understanding and enlightenment, which should be somewhat evident if you look around us. If you look at some of the megalithic structures that was built in Kemet, that precision and that knowledge and wisdom, wow, who built that? Then we look at where we're at right now. We took a fall of knowledge, y'all. And part of that knowledge was the misuse of our own energy. So this was known. After we took this fall of knowledge, there had to be certain systems set up to allow the energy that we're producing. It's in abundance. There's more and more people on the planet now as well. It's trillions, up to the trillions now, I believe. So what is to be done with all this energy? So when you think about things like the pyramids that you see in Egypt, as they call, the reason why they're directed at particular star systems, because if it wasn't for these pyramids being placed on this planet in our darkness or our drop of knowledge, we would have been destroyed, this planet. Energy would have continued to build up. So when you see things like that, those pyramids, they're power centers. They actually distribute power to other solar systems. Yeah, so and indirectly, this is exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying you and I, we have so much energy that we create and we're doing nothing with, or very little with, and definitely very little with positive with. And so that just accumulates inside of the earth, and then the earth has to find a way where's the earth going to do it? So then that's going to come out. And that's what you see. You're seeing a bursting, you're seeing a purge of energy that we have unconsciously placed on our planet, that now it's reaching the full, and it has to get this almost like a gas bubble. I don't want to be too discussing everything. It's 8:29. I know some of y'all probably had dinner already, but the idea that I'm sharing is that that information is going to have to come out, and when it comes out, it's going to come out in a myriad of ways, and so you can experience landslides, earthquakes, things of that nature. Is really going to be somewhat of a tizzy. But so just my little quick kind of finishing up on that idea, you are tremendously powerful individuals, believe it or not. There's people that are relying on our ignorance to build their whole societies, not even talking about off planet. I'm talking about just with your attention. Those who go to work and you've been taught to go to work. And one thing about that COVID, what it did, it actually reset. We all were stuck into our mind consciousness. We've been so comfortable in life. We don't have to worry about what our ancestors had to do back in the day during survival with animals chasing them. You don't have nothing chasing you. You don't have that type of triggering going on. So we got kind of comfortable. And in that comfortability, you go through your day-to-day occurrence. You really don't have to use this up here, particularly with modern technologies as well. So you find people, even people who go sleepwalking. They'll go walking for days. They'll go driving cars and things of that nature. Your body consciousness is doing that. Your mind consciousness is totally oblivious of what's taking place. What COVID did, shut that whole operation down. So then the body consciousness was stuck, didn't know what to do. So you had to develop in your own mental aspect what it is that you want to do, how you want to live your life. A lot of people got activated like that. A lot of people took that STEMI money, put it into business. A lot of people that are coming in contact with, they want to start businesses. They want to do something new. They want to move around, move away, go to a whole nother city and state. And I say go for it, because I understand, and everybody needs to understand, is that evolution is what's needed at this particular time. We need new. Unfortunately, things are going to die. Death is a part of life. However, moving into the new is definitely. So if you find yourself at home, you're listening to this is actually striking a chord with you, you can give a call in if you'd like to. The phone number is 717-846-5067. You are not alone, like that Michael Jackson song. You can go ahead and put my email. Throw me an email. You want to do it discreetly? Don't want to be blasted out on TV? That's fine. Email's Ptah Shakur at gmail.com. That's how it's spelled. You know how it's spelled, Gmail and .com. Go ahead and send me information. So just let me kind of go into this real quick. I'm really enjoying this segment. You see I'm freestyling and flowing some stuff out there. Anybody want to? I got a topic that I really want to go in, and I really want to kind of hammer this down as far as this cosmic energy that's taking place. But a little bit more about me. Born and raised here in the city here. I've always had a understanding or wanting to understand the breakdown of all things. Very well read. I believe when I was about 16, 17 years old, I wanted to learn everything. So you may recognize me before I was with particular affiliation or this particular mindset. Just gathering, trying to find what I consider to be truth, so to speak. So all the different major religions and things of that nature, I actually moved away. I had different positions in life. One thing is experience. So if you was born and raised in this city and you never got out of this city, please go somewhere new. That was the greatest thing that I think I could do for myself, is to travel to a whole different space. And then I came up with the idea that I am whoever it is that I say that I am. When I moved away, I think it was packing boxes at that time. Started from very, very humble beginning, but professional temp, y'all. I was an individual that worked a temp job until they said that you did a great job. I don't remember if I ever got fired from a temp job. I've always get to the point where I was training individuals who eventually was my replacement at that particular job. I'm just trying to be honest with y'all. So, been through certain things, worked through, grind. Grind is my play cousin. I speak to youth at the mental toughness, and I tell them when they come in there and they got their sweats on and they got to put the whole week, maybe sometimes two, work of physical exertion, doing 6 inches, doing leg lifts and squats, and have individuals like my dear brother Sharif and other individuals in the community come out and volunteer their time and bestow them with so much knowledge to share with them. This is the beginning of a whole new operation. So what I share with those individuals is that in order for you to be successful, you're going to have to bring this mind down and have this mind tell this body what to do. If you bought that brand new jogging set and the matching sneakers and the matching iPod, ear pods or whatever, you got you all decked out, got matching glasses, ear pods, you got all swagged out, you're ready to roll and run out the door and sweat. And as soon as you take that foot out the door, your body consciousness is going to say, sit down, be humble. Whatever it is that if you're in class and you haven't participated for the first 3 years of your schooling, You find yourself as a high school senior. I'm telling you, you're playing with house money, as they say. So as you get to that particular time, you in 12th grade, you want to do something different. Raise your hand in class. Participate. Yeah, somebody might look at you, they might laugh, they might giggle. That's all right. Just be on your weirdo. So y'all gonna see me sometime. I got my beard braided. I'm all over this. I'm a beacon for individuals that want to try to do something to better their life. Do something different. Whether you in your room, if you got a one-room shack, move your furniture around. Get a new picture. Get a poster. We used to have this Word Up and Black Beat and Right On magazine. I think I still got some in my mother's attic, actually. Change up the vibe. Understanding that evolution is a part of success and part of life. So make sure that you're challenging yourself. So, anyways, that whole thing that I shared about me moving out of town, it gave me an opportunity to realize that I could be something better than what it is that I thought that I could be. And so I encourage everybody to travel. This is my 2 favorite words, y'all. Ptah Shakur. Favorite word number 1, enthusiasm. Bring your own energy. Ain't nobody going to bring it but you. Number 2 is appreciation. Abundance. Woo! Excuse me. Abundance. Just sit and think about that. If you find yourself in a rut, trust me, Ptah Shakur knows. I've been there before. Some of you all may be hearing me right now. You just come in and just, head is just low. And that things may not look like they could get any worse. I'm sharing with you that you may have all great breakthroughs come from break whiffs. I'm going to say that again. All great breakthroughs come from break whiffs. Meaning this, in order for you to experience something new in your cipher, in your sphere, in your environment, it's going to require new thinking. And this is where we come into problems, Ptah. We come into problems with our parents. We come into problems with our loved ones. It causes friction. And those who actually heard the sound of my voice last week, and I'm going to go a little bit into it right now, we are living in the split. Cosmic shift, split, same thing. Christ consciousness, same thing. That just means what? That means that this energy is hitting people in a different way. Just imagine you in a hot tub. Hot tub's not on. You sitting in the hot tub with 10, 12 years. You might got 4 out of 8 people. You got 4 you know, 4 that you don't know. So you're sitting in there and then somebody turns the bubbles on. And they turn the heat up a little bit. You'll find that some people, they're going to rock and roll with the heat. If you're physically set up for that. If the melanin in your body, if the circuitry in your DNA, if your ability to breathe and be able to access this information and this energy through your lungs, practice breathing, y'all. Very, very key to keep your clarity of mind. If you find yourself able to assimilate that hot, bubbly, sounds really relaxing now I think about it, that hot, bubbly suds, if you're able to experience that indoor, you'll stay in. Some people don't hop out. They get boiled up, start looking like lobsters and things, start hopping out. They can't take it. That's fine. We're not going to judge them. We're going to love them. This ain't for everybody. This is for those who want to better themselves, want to experience something new out of themselves, that's tired of disappointing themselves. And if you find yourself, once you do that, you decide, you know what, I'm going to make that change. I'm going to eat more vegetables. I'm going to stop eating that hog. I'm going to stop eating that chitlins and hog maw and pudding. Ooh, y'all, I used to eat pudding. My family used to have me eat pudding when I was young. And Ptah Shakur, had to go to war with some of the people. And I say war in a very light manner. Nobody really cared that much. However, when I started introducing foods to my children, that was absent support. You can eat pork, that's fine. You can eat it in front of me. I might even sit here and watch you. I'm not going to eat any of it. However, that's your right. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. So when you find yourself opting and you want to change your eating habits, you're going to find somebody that's going to judge you. Find your success team. If your success team, the 5 people you spend the most time around, if you look at their mannerisms, their motion and what they're involved in, that'll dictate your future. So if you need to cut people off, this is the time to bring your swords out, y'all. Your Ginsu knives. Ginsu people. If you need a sponsor, I'll sponsor you as well. If you want to go ahead and call in, the call-in number is 717-846-5067. This is the Ptah Shakur Speaks program. We're going to get into a lot of ideas dealing with wellness, mindfulness, meditation, all to the idea of expressing this cosmic shift that's going on, that's taking place. So if you're on YouTube, share this with the people you love. This is a call for humanity, because the information I'll be going into shortly will assist the entire human race. We will be getting to that. So we're starting slow, y'all. So make sure that you keep your TVs dialed in for Mondays from 8 to 9, and also Wednesdays for 8 to 9 for the Power Show. But back to what I was saying. So my particular path and purpose led me to was actually headed a biodiesel lab. Believe it or not, yes, this guy right here. I am a straight up scientist. You wouldn't believe me if I told you, but I did the whole Breaking Bad thing. I had the mask on and I had the stick, and I was in here mixing this up. So I do have plans to develop operations in Africa. Haven't decided if it's going to be Zimbabwe or it's going to be Ghana. However, the ideas and things that I have to offer, and like I said, this whole couple of episodes may sound kind of arrogant, egotistical, but I'm just going to share with you who I am and the things and skills that I bring to this community and what I'm looking to develop in this community and elsewhere. And so what I'm speaking about right now particularly is a biodiesel lab. I actually headed up biodiesel lab with 2 other individuals. Don't take a lot. And we were dealing with, I think at a particular time, maybe 10,000, I think I counted about 10,000 gallons of refined biodiesel, which we were picking up. And I'm giving these away for free, y'all. So anybody who likes money-making opportunities, listen up very closely. This one's on the house. You can actually, what I actually did was gather used cooking oil from different very, very popular restaurants twice a week, Tuesdays and Fridays. You can take that particular oil. You got to pour out the stuff that is not sightly and not quite disgusting, to be honest with you. However, once you refine the oil, there's 2 main chemicals that you put into that. And anybody wants to know the recipe, hit me up on the Gmail. I don't really want to talk about that right now. However, this to show you the different lives that I did live, have lived, and the skills that I do have. So anyways, you introduce these 2 elements to the oil, and what it does is cause a reaction which causes the bioglycerin to go to the bottom, and then the biodiesel at the top, which you can then siphon out and put into vehicles. So I actually had that beautiful opportunity to see a school bus take off down the street and know without a shadow of a doubt that was my school bus, because this is the only school bus that smells like fried chicken and French fries. So just mentioning that other things that I experienced in my life that kind of helped me get to this point, and shout out for everybody who actually led a very, very instrumental point in my life, and I'll go into that probably next episode. Then I'll finish up this whole little get together intro stuff, and then I got some real hardcore knowledge for you all. But so I was also a special police officer, also security aspect. So I've been around, done a myriad of things. I was actually a science instructor. That is the base of where I get my love of science, love of math. So like I said, this information that I do share, if anything somebody has a question with, I'm able to go in depth more. I am an educator and youth advocate, like I mentioned before. So that's a little bit about me. Reiki practitioner, like I said, spiritual teacher. My job is to kind of explain some of these information that's going on, and you might want to listen up, y'all. I'm telling you, this is the time that's written about in all the books. And don't believe your Facebook feed. Don't believe your Google news updates. You got to do your own news. And so this is what I'm in, is preventing a independent news source to everybody, so you can make an informed decision of how you want to involve your life in. If you want to go forward to the energetic enslavement model that is being posed to those in the head of the World Economical Forum, and those in the power that be, that's fine. But those that want to rock with me, we're going to have some fun. It's a beautiful time. So just real quick, like I said, that's my title. If y'all noticed when I first started speaking, it was a little introduction or affirmations. Now, it's about 15 more minutes. I'm kind of going into this. This is another little tip. I'm giving these out for free. Anybody wants some more detail, you got to wait for the book. And keep your eyes posted for the new Holistic Center, that will be coming up. It's called the Giver of Light. So anybody wants to get some information, please go to Giver of Light 1111 at gmail.com. That's giver, Giver, of light, like a flashlight, 1111 at gmail.com. Giver of light, 1111 at gmail.com. If you were interested in getting any type of modalities, please, we're starting to have individuals kind of lining up. And their lines are going to be very long, so to be doing it sooner is better. Now, you may notice that it's the Giver of Light 1111. So what's the 1111 about? This is also when I'm kind of going to, before I go into my affirmation, this is signs and symptoms that you are awakening or you're evolving with this particular cosmic energy. One, you'll notice repeating numbers. You'll notice 1111, 911, 119, 1122, 222, 333, 999. And when I say notice, what I mean is that you'll just be sitting throughout your day and say, I wonder what time it is. Oh, wow. Or you just find yourself in a lucid state and then your eyes just look up at an address and say, oh, wow. Or you look at a license plate, oh, wow. You may experience that, and I'll explain what that is later on. Number two, you may experience ringing in your ears, certain frequencies. I know so many people here, and I'm a fact checker, y'all. I'm a TikTok checker. I get so many people say, hey, Ptah, this dropped. Believe some of what you hear. However, please use your own discernment with this particular energies information. So, some people think when you hear ringing in your ears, it means somebody's talking about you. When you hear ringing in your ear, that means that you are actually downloading certain frequencies, right? Whether thoughts are things, y'all. Thoughts are things. So when you send a thought, understand, and this is what I went into about dealing with the first law of creation, which is the law of divine oneness, that when you have a thought, everything you think, say, and do broadcast from out of your body. Let's say everything you say broadcasts. Duh. So when I'm not talking about acoustical sound waves that you just scream and of course depending on where you're at, if you're in the inner city or something, you might not your acoustical wave may not go that far as opposed if you were somewhere at the Grand Canyon and you're screaming. So either way, that acoustic range, yes, that has a range. I'm speaking energetical range. I'm saying that everything that you say actually goes, and it goes unending. The power that resides in you is infinite. So everything you think, say, and do sends a firecracker of energy that transposes time. It goes out, and that's what comes back to you. That's what people talk about, the karma or reality. Whatever you fish out, know for sure is going to come back to you. So when you say certain things, and whenever you say I am, whatever you slice in kind of behind that, that is what you are broadcasting out to the universe, that's carrying that signature through space-time, through the mind of the universe, mind of God, and is going to, without a shadow of a doubt, return back to you. So let's say things that's positive. When we answer the phone, do we say hello? I don't. Those that are aware of words and their power don't. They say greetings. They say grand rising. They say yes. They say positive. When they talk about their young people, do we say young child or do we say kid? We certainly don't say kid, because we understand that everything that is a word has a frequency to it. And so what is the kid? What is kid? If you go to the etymology of what was first called a kid is a baby goat. And we know how goats are kind of involved into this mass consciousness in the form of goat being the low level, or the Beelzebub, or the devil, and all the other constructs. So make sure you're saying something positive. Say, I am light, I am love, I am intelligent. I remember I used to work at my previous employer, was a janitor there, and an older gentleman. And he thought he was in my way. I'm trying to get around, and he had trash cans and all that in the way. So I'm just trying to matriculate, doing my little Emmett Smith, trying to get around him. And he said, oh man, I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry. I'm always in the way. I'm always messing up. And I said, Beloved, my personal reflection, I can't let that slide. You are a reflection of me. Therefore, what I love for my brother, I love for myself. So just share it with him. Hey, bro, you're not in my way, for one. And for two, the words that you say have tremendous power. So people ask me about how to manifest. How do I manifest? As though it's something that you need to do that's special. You need to go to a special room, get a special kit and a special prayer rug. No, none of that is needed. You got to understand that you've already been a master manipulator, a master manifester your whole entire life. The thing is that we've been manifesting the same things that we've been indoctrinated with. We're being indoctrinated and sharing us that we're less, and because when we open our eyes, we see our community with broken windows and trash on the ground. That speaks to your subconsciousness. There's no real reason to constantly gotta have a PSA announcement going out to the community saying, you all are trash, you all are horrible. There's no need to physically say that when you have indoctrinated individuals who don't care about their environment. Therefore, the environment goes in disrepair, and then the environment then speaks to them subconsciously, keeping them in a lower level. Much like that movie, They Cloned Tyrone. They shared the idea. They kept that particular situation that way so it could set up a certain frequency so certain people would be there, just so that frequency would keep the mass consumerism mindset of the people that existed. It gave them a out of bounds line. It was a clear and defined out of bounds line. Like in all sports, you got to have a defined out of bounds line. So that energy is deliberately purported to inner city communities to keep that boundary line set up to keep their commercial and keep us bound and ignorant of our knowledge, wisdom, and understanding as well. So be very, very mindful of the information that's being shared with you. I'm going to try to kind of wrap up real quick. But like I said, I'm going to read the affirmation. And I recommend anybody wants to get a copy of this, I'll go ahead and send it to you. This is what I use. It's a portion of, I believe, 2 affirmations that I got elsewhere, but it's power packed. So the words you share have power. So make sure you say, I am powerful, I am beautiful, I'm amazing. My time that I had with young people, that's exactly what we do. And anyone who has a youth program, any daycare centers, we're giving this one out for free. Ptah Shakur got this one for free. Get a piece of paper out. I'll wait. Not going to wait long. However, on YouTube, there's something called affirmation videos. And these videos show beautiful scenery of boats and yachts and luxurious homes and things of that nature. So I used to play that on a black projector screen while I'm orating, speaking to the youth, giving a Harambe of the day. The Harambe was the affirmations, and this is something I had the youth say every single day. This is the youth Harambe. Then I'm gonna read my affirmation. The Harambe was, I would say, I'm a serious child, and they say, I am a serious child. I'm not gonna do the back and forth. So I am a serious child with serious goals. My life is filled with positivity. I am a worker. I know if I lay down with hogs, then I can come up with mud. So I work to keep my mind, body, and spirit free. Then I have them clap them all up, say it's halftime. I know affirmations is long. So they come in there and say, I am intelligent. They scream, I am intelligent. My brain is my storage place. My brain is my storage place. And I will fill it with knowledge. And I look forward with hope. Listen up, y'all. I look forward with hope for what tomorrow will bring. I am a child hero. I don't spend time wasting time. Then I have everybody point to the ceiling. I say, because there's room at the top for me. They say the room at the top for me, because I am a great somebody, because I am a great somebody. By filling the heads of our young people with this simple affirmation, because they can blurt off a whole 3-4 verses of what's considered to be rap music. You know, we'll get into that another time. They have the memorizational skills to recite lyrics from a song that does not benefit them or no one that's around them. However, this affirmation use this science for the positive. So all my educators, share this with them, affirmations. So anyways, so the affirmations that the youth would experience, I would have that screen in the back showing them this beautiful homes and floors and things of that nature. And the trick is, if you can actually acquire and attain whatever it is that you have in your mind, if you reside with that particular emotion and use the power of your imagination, which has been stripped from us ever since we've been born, and appreciate what it is that you're at, and pull in the emotions or the particular details of how does that new car that you got or going to get, I said that you got, what does it smell like? What does it feel like? What's the sound? How does the wind feel about your head? Because to be honest with you, when you're operating with the universal law, there is no past, there is no future. So when you share that I'm going to get something in the future, I'm going to make it in the future, one of these days I'm going to get it. That day will never come. Because the universe won't know what to give back to you. Like, what do you mean? You have to be what it is that you want to be. The Native Americans, when they did their rain dances and they demonstrated it plenty of times for what they call whiteface, the settlers, they demonstrated the rain dance. They got on out there and started doing the little moves and things of that nature and playing their drums. From the mindset of the settlers, they think, oh, wow, he made it rain. He must have tapped in. He must have prayed to somebody. He must have tapped in and asked and maybe had a couple favors on already stacked up that he asked this divine individual that decided to turn the waterworks on. No, that's not what happened at all. What happened, in fact, was that the Native Americans, while they're doing their rain dance, they're imagining, they're visualizing, they're using their childlike imaginations to bring saviors, to bring water and something that was much needed for people to survive by the power of the imagination. I need y'all to listen up. So, like about five more minutes to go, but I do want to kind of hit you off with this. This is the affirmation. Start your day right. Start your day. If you got CMOS, please get it. CMOS. Very, very shortly, I'll be having a little tonic that I'm going to actually promote there at the Our Sons and Daughters there at the Central Market. Make sure you come down and get your awesome body butters, soaps, beard oils. Anybody that has eczema, skin condition, come see us. We prescribe something for you. Also, like I said, this particular tonic. Make sure you start your day wonderful. Make your bed. Do your affirmation. And you all can have this one. We call this the Ptah Shakur affirmation. Here we go. I know my place in truth. I know what I am in truth. I know how I serve in truth. I am free. I am free. I am free. I am in the upper room. God is, God is, God is. You put your own name in there, of course. I, Ptah Shakur, pledge to always look for the best in each and every circumstance, in each and every one, especially starting with myself. I come from love, I am love, and I choose to look at the world through the lens of love. I commit to choosing the upper room towards vibrating at the highest level possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am free, I am free, I am free. Behold, I'll make all things new. So just kind of delve into just one small portion of this particular thing. Understand that you that's listening to the sound of my voice, like I said, you are amazing. Your cells, if you look at you think you're just one particular being, I've already shared that you have two different types of consciousness. You have your body consciousness and you have your mind consciousness. It's up to you to figure out which one you're going to be operating in. You have thousands and millions of cells that operate in and out of your body. That's a whole nother level of awareness. If you could just sit in a comfortable position, can you tell what your white blood cells are doing? What your red blood cells are doing? The mass information highway of electronics. Like I said, your mind is able to spark. You got so many bits per second that's flashing instantaneously in your mind. You are a marvel of human creation. You are God incarnate. You are a portion of divine. You are a drop. You're in the ocean in a drop. You're not a drop in the ocean. So with that is understand that you are truth. You are pure, powerful. But the main thing to kind of really focus on is how we choose to look at the world. That part that I say, I choose to look at the world through the lens of love. What type of glasses y'all got on? You got doo-doo on your glasses? Is everything that you see got a tinge or something wrong to it? Because remember, we think that we see with our eyes. We really see with our brains. There's been so many different programs like brain games and different type of illusions and things where you think you're looking at something. Then somebody just turn it in a particular manner. You're like, oh man, I was way off. So what lens are we using when we're viewing our world and our life? When I hear people talking about, oh, this is a horrible, oh, this world is so terrible. It's so terrible and horrible. It's starting to sound like Uncle Ruckus a little bit. I don't know if you all watch Boondocks. You get a little bit of Boondocks as well. Stay away from those people. I'm telling you, this is the time. This is the split of energy. Those who vibrating on the higher portion of energy are going to find themselves dancing away for those on the low vibe. The ones in the low vibe, they're not going to dance away from you. You're going to have to dance away from them. Because you got to understand that we feed. When you got a high, beautiful energy about you. And I know some of y'all that's listening, y'all resonate with what I'm talking about. So go ahead and comment in there, make a comment or say something. If you see me on the street, come down to Central Market and look for that holistic center. We're going to talk about all this. This is freedom time right now. So understand that certain people will be pulling from your energy. They will be sucking. Energy vampires exist. Hey, so do mosquito. Are we going to stop our whole day and start having a pity party and start changing out of our frequency just because 2 or 3 people are sucking some of our energy? That's fine. If you say those affirmations and the power of mind and appreciation and understanding who you are, you create so much energy. You can give them all they need. They can drain you till you got an inch worth of energy about you. But it takes one thought, one understood thought, can radiate your body with a total amount of energy. You don't need food, y'all. We eat too much as it is. Food and acquiring calories through food, that's not what you need at this particular time. If you see you have an overabundance, you see we're living in the most obese country in the nation. So thought is the most powerful thing in the universe. So if any of these thoughts hit you, vibrate, and entertain you, excite you, want you to propel you to go into a whole level of self-evolution, then I'm your man. This is Ptah Shakur. This is a weekly program. This is Ptah Shakur Speaks. You can be sure that I'm going to be bringing the realest high-level conversation for all those that want to better their lives. They can't take us all. So as each one of us shine our particular light, we subconsciously give the right for others to shine the light. If you find people that do not want to vibrate, how long we got, bro? If you don't find people that don't want to vibrate with you and rock and roll with you, just let them go. Because understand this, and this comes from the years of research and what I've gathered, there is some tremendously wonderful time that is coming up for you and I. And so some going to want to take the long route. It's almost like playing Candyland. If you got an opportunity to get that little sherbert slide or whatever it's called, I'm trying to offer you the sherbert slide. So you can actually slide in and experience this wonderful peace and blessings that is your birthright. That other people that are living on this planet want to steal from you. They want to completely just snatch it from right up underneath of you in the form of these false flags and these weirdo type of situations going on. And anybody that is vibrating with me, that's standing up with it, now is the time to stand up with it. This is freedom time. You see that once we begin to stand up, they've been playing this little Monopoly game, weird games on our backs. However, we start to stand up in the knowledge and wisdom of truth and love and light to one another, there's no way that we can fail. So this is Ptah Shakur. I ask every single last one of you, make sure that you love yourself, be good to yourself. Make sure you take a portion of that love, just a portion, and give that to your reflections. Who are the reflections? Reflections is the ones who's walking around interacting with you. It may be your cousin, maybe a person who get on your nerves, maybe the most irritating person in the break room. Whoever that person is, they are a reflection of who you are. And by giving that love, wisdom, and understanding and interacting them, you get to know a little bit about yourself. I ask everybody unite in love and that when you seek your heaven and earth, you're going to find your God within. When you find your God within, I'm asking everybody to produce your small portions of heaven on earth, and we can turn this whole thing around. So this is Ptah Shakur. Love and light to you all. Oh man, I forgot to talk about my book. Are we still on?